Well, in our last video, we talked about the return of American Dad to Fox. Looks like this is going to be happening as is officially announced for the 2025-2026 season. The other half to this, the other three major shows on animation domination, that's The Simpsons, Family Guy, and Bob's Burgers, including American Dad, will get a boost of a 4-season pickup. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 4 more seasons of The Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, and American Dad.
Doing a great job, Francine.
Let's talk about it, but I'll tell you this, I have some issues with one of these 4 shows. But let's get into it. But before we really get into it, I just want to take this moment to remind you to comment on this video, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. That's really important. Let's subscribe to this channel, whether you're on YouTube or you're watching this on Rumble. So let's get into it. Fox gives a huge 4-season pickup to The Simpsons, Family Guy, and Bob's Burgers. This is for the Hollywood Reporter. Fox is locking in its animated cornerstones for the remainder of the 2020s in a huge commitment to longer-running shows. The Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers. The network ordered 4 seasons of each show. Additionally, Fox announced that American Dad will be returning to the network in 2025, 2026, also with a 4-season order. The renewals will take all 4 series straight through to 2028-2029 season. The Simpsons will extend its already luxurious run through its 40th. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right, 40th season. 40 years this show has been running. And depending on the episode count for the coming seasons, will likely approach 900 episodes. By the end of the order, Family Guy will run through its 27th season and Bob's Burgers through its 19th. The order for American Dad will encompass seasons 20 through 23 by Fox's count. All shows will come from 20th century television animation. The new deal celebrates the eternal popularity of these iconic comedies, as well as the enduring, prolific relationships we continue to enjoy with our friends at 20th Television Animation and the brilliant creators. That goes double for Seth MacFarlane this time around, and incredible voices behind these contemporary classics, Fox Television Network President Michael Thorne said in a statement. In addition, added Fox Entertainment Corp CEO Rob Wade, the longevity of this agreement reaffirms our commitment to a successful partnership we've built with an incredible team at Disney. This collaboration will continue to generate meaningful long-term value and strategic build audience from Fox to Hulu to fans worldwide. And there's a lot more to this, and take a moment to go read this over on Hollywood. But my 2 cents on this is, I'm sorry, Simpsons has reached its limit. To get to 40, do you understand there are not that many shows in history that have reached this? I mean, Doctor Who happens to be one of them that have reached this pinnacle level, and there are many others that have been running long-term years. With The Simpsons, it's not the way it goes. This is not the original Simpsons, because you have a lot of voice changes. Some of it's by death. The other mostly is because of politics, which was ridiculous to that point. There was nothing wrong with voice actors on there, because basically, I could bring this up again. Phil Lamar, who happens to be black. If you know, he's a great voice actor, very good comedian on there. He has done many various different characters, including Samurai Jack, which happens to be Asian. Nobody has a problem with that. No one's ever had a problem with that. It's all politics, DEI, however you want to call it to the situation. That's why I have that problem with The Simpsons. And a little bit with The Family Guy as well. Because basically, you have all these shows. They are great shows, and if the reins weren't pulled back on them, they could be even greater in the longevity that they've been handling. Simpsons could end up to be a freaking fantastic series toward its end, but unfortunately, the reins that it had back in the beginning are no longer there. They've been pulled back. Fortunately, American Dad still holds its reins very well for itself because it's been sitting on the TBS lineup for quite some time. So I don't see any changes. But then again, this is Disney, and you know what they're going to do. You know how they handle these things. It's not a good thing. You've seen what's happening on Disney Plus and Disney Hulu on a lot of the shows that they're producing directly and how they're handling it and all that, and they're not doing well. And their films, I mean, they just bombed Snow White, just bombed to hell. How horrible that adaptation. They had a moment that they could have stepped back and said, let's do what they did with Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's make this a proper adaptation. No, what we have here is too many backseat drivers, armchair generals, however you want to call it, that are sitting in the networks at these Hollywood studios, dictating that says, we don't have enough representation. We have had representation for many decades. You choose not to look at it. You choose that you want control over, because here's the thing. The control that they want to give is they want to increase obscenity laws. And I've talked about this on age verification / assurance videos that I've talked about. This is control. They want to control the element of the programming itself. They don't want you to have what you used to have. They think that it's evil, it shouldn't be done, this, that, and the other thing. You could throw about 10 different sentences on there, and they'll keep repeating it. Artistic expression. That's what these shows were based on. That they used artistic expression and comedic values. Comedy, you cannot hold back. Comedy has no lines. They're basically, they've crossed lines many a times. When you had comedians like Dave Chappelle, George Carlin, all the way back to Lenny Bruce, that they've broken the rules left and right. That is what comedians are there for, to make levity of life itself around us. That's their job. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy their ticket, or you don't have to basically click on their video on streaming or listen to their albums or anything of that nature. Nobody is forcing you to do this. But what you're trying to do is force people to basically bend the knee to your whim because you don't like it. This is what the problem I have with the left and the right. And before you go, be sure, comment. Let me know your thoughts about this. Are you happy all four of these guys got a 4-season back renewal, or are you unhappy to the situation? Let me know your thoughts at the bottom of the comments line. And also, don't forget to like, share, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for choosing this video, because I know you could have chosen any video on these services, whether it's YouTube or Rumble, but you chose ours, and we really do appreciate it. Until next time, thank you for tuning in, and so long.